As a youngster growing up during the 90s, it was obvious that games could be better. The jump from the 8 bits to the 16 bits to the 32 bits were the biggest of the jumps as far as I'm concerned, and whilst this was going on, I had a clear vision as to what the future of gaming would look like. But obviously nobody can predict the future of gaming, it's unpredictable, which is why classic racing games that I was obsessed with ended up turning into stuff like this. Now obviously this isn't a bad thing, but as games got better, the big studios tend to forget what made those classic games so incredible in the first place. And then as everybody realised that the world of 3D gaming wasn't the be all and end all of gaming, the games industry did a full 360 and the boom that was the indie game developers craving to make the kind of games that inspired them emerged just like it did all of those years ago. It's here that we got to see the boom in 2D platforming, classic first-person shooting, Metroidvania type games and so many other types of games. It was all coming back. That was except for the classic arcade racer. Perhaps some things are just best left in the past. Heck, even Outrun 2 was different and in fact was so good I don't mind going on record and saying that I actually prefer this version to the original. But I gotta say, Horizon Chase Turbo, which has just been released physically in European and Australian shores, thanks to Numskull Games, who actually sent me this for review, many thanks guys, completely took me back to those classic days of old. And guys, if you have any fondness whatsoever for games like the original Outrun, then you absolutely must get this game. I get sent quite a few games in all honesty, and my Switch collection, which is my favourite current gen system, is growing quite fast. I know it's early days guys, but this is absolutely one of the very best games for the Nintendo Switch. I am majorly hooked onto Horizon Chase Turbo. Honestly, what you see is what you get, but that's the way it always was. Sure, perhaps a story mode would have been nice, I suppose, as the campaign is literally just race after race after race. But it's not a game changer. There isn't much more than this type of gameplay, but there's an extreme amount of it. 109 tracks spread over 48 cities in 12 countries, online rankings with ghost cars and 32 unlockable cars, loads of unlockable upgrades that upgrade every single car, so you haven't got to upgrade every single one individually, and apparently 6 exclusive skins for the Nintendo Switch, although honestly, I didn't notice them first time round. The game plays exactly how you imagine the future of racing games would play as a kid in the 80s and 90s. When you get good, you will pretty much be able to handle most courses first time round. However, every few that you do tackle, you'll end up hitting a brick wall that requires you to learn the track slightly and possibly even change your car or even upgrade it and then come back. On each main track in the campaign, you'll be required to collect these blue gem things, which sometimes will get lucky and you'll get them first time round, and other times, again, you're going to need to learn their placements. This whole process is insanely repetitive, but it's insanely addictive. Me and my wife are actually working our way through the game in multiplayer too, and the game even supports 4-player couch co-op for some extreme drunken nights in the game room. Literally, whilst writing up the review and capturing footage, I mean literally the day I uploaded this video, a new game mode called Playground got added into my game, which is awesome, and it includes handicap challenges such as mirrored tracks, restricted cars or reduced fuel. Oh yeah, that's something you also need to keep an eye on and collect during the races. There's also a tournament mode which gets you racing sets of 4 similar, I suppose, to how cups are organised in a Mario Kart game. And then of course there's the endurance mode, which in all honesty I haven't unlocked yet, so well, we'll just have to discover that together. Horizon Chase Turbo is an excellent game. I think that's pretty obvious by this review. I've loved working my way through the 45% of the campaign that I have so far, and I don't mind admitting this early on that when I complete all of those big budget AAA titles, there's a few smaller budget titles that will undoubtedly get the most amount of game time in the long run, and Horizon Chase Turbo is most definitely one of those games. In the midst of Gran Turismo clones, Mario Kart clones and Burnout clones, which are all obviously, great for the most part, it's super exciting to play something as fresh and retro as Horizon Chase Turbo. And the Switch is the perfect way to play it. Oh yes, it's got an amazing soundtrack too. And best of all, if you guys actually want to win yourself a digital copy of this game, make your way over to my social medias. There'll be a link below in the description, and you can do just that. Big thanks again to Numskull Games for sending this awesome game over to me, and obviously a huge thanks to Aquarius for making such a fantastic game that I am 100% addicted to. And for everybody out there that just wants to go out and buy the game, there's an affiliate link below.